Ethan Malik had lived most of his life in survival mode. He worked 2 jobs, mechanic by day, food delivery driver by night, just to take care of the only person he loved more than himself, his 7-year-old daughter, Noor. She had her mother's smile, but none of her mother's cruelty. Noor's mother had walked away when she was barely 2 months old, leaving Ethan with heartbreak and an infant he had no idea how to raise, but he learned. He grew. He became the kind of father who braided hair, made heart-shaped pancakes, and whispered stories at bedtime just so Noor would never feel the emptiness he carried. Yet even with all his strength, life wasn't kind. The mechanic shop he worked at was shutting down, his rent was overdue, and Noor needed new school shoes he didn't have money for. Still, every night, he would tuck her in and say the same words, "Papa will figure it out. I promise." He didn't know how, but he always said it with a smile. One night, during a heavy storm, Ethan found a black luxury car parked on the edge of the old highway bridge. Its hazard lights blinked like a silent call for help. When he stopped and knocked on the window, he found a woman inside, head down, breathing unevenly, gripping the steering wheel like she was holding on for life. Her name was Ayla Zara, the youngest female CEO in the country. Billionaire. Untouchable. Ruthless in business. Headlines loved her, but no one knew the woman behind the power, except in that moment. She wasn't powerful at all. She was shivering, drenched in tears, unable to speak. Ethan didn't ask questions. He simply wrapped his jacket around her and brought her to his car. She tried pushing him away at first. "I don't need help," she whispered, but her voice cracked, betraying her. Ethan gave her the softest smile. "Everyone needs help sometimes." Thunder cracked overhead as if the sky agreed. He brought her to his small, warm, slightly messy home. Noor was already asleep. Ethan made Ayla tea, gave her dry clothes, his shirt, and let her sit in silence until she was ready to breathe again. She never explained why she was there. He didn't force her to. At some point past midnight, exhausted, Ayla sat on the couch wearing his shirt and murmured, "Thank you," before falling asleep. Ethan didn't realize he was so tired that he fell asleep on the floor beside her. And when morning sunlight poured through the curtain, warming the quiet room, that was when everything shifted. Ethan blinked awake and froze. Ayla stood in the kitchen, barefoot, wearing his white shirt, holding his cracked coffee mug. Sunlight hit her hair in a way that made her look nothing like the cold CEO he had seen in newspapers. She looked human. Fragile. Beautiful in a way she didn't try to be. When she turned to him, her eyes softened. "Ethan," she whispered, and something trembled in her voice. He sat up slowly, unsure whether to speak or stay silent. What happened last night?" he asked quietly. Ayla looked down, fingers tightening around the mug. "You saved me," she said, "and no one has done that for me in a very long time." He didn't know how to respond. He didn't even know why she had been crying, but before he could ask, Noor came running in, rubbing her eyes. "Papa, who is she?" Ayla knelt down instantly, her eyes gentle. "I'm just a friend. Your papa helped me last night." Noor smiled shyly and offered her a stuffed teddy bear. "You can borrow this if you're sad." Ayla's lips trembled, and she hugged the toy like it was the first real comfort she had felt in years. "That means more than you know," she whispered. Ethan watched silently, feeling something shift in his chest, something he didn't understand, something he didn't dare name. But that morning was only the beginning, because Ayla wasn't just grateful, she wasn't just passing through. She wasn't someone who could walk away from kindness and pretend it didn't change her. She had found something in that tiny home that she didn't even know she was searching for, and she would come back again and again and again, until one day, the truth she had kept hidden would come crashing into Ethan's life with a force neither of them were ready for. Ayla didn't leave Ethan's life after that morning. At first, she came quietly, dropping by with Noor's favorite snacks, helping with groceries, fixing the broken window latch he never had time to repair. She said she wanted to repay his kindness, but Ethan could see something else in her eyes, something softer, something that didn't belong in boardrooms or business deals. Over the weeks, Noor grew attached to her, and Ayla, shockingly, grew attached to them both. She started showing up after work, still in her tailored suits but wearing the same tired eyes. And every time Noor hugged her, those tired eyes softened. Ethan didn't expect it. Didn't ask for it. Didn't think he deserved it, but he couldn't deny it. His home felt less empty with her in it. One evening, Ayla arrived looking different, shaken, nervous. She stood at his door holding a file in her trembling hands. "Ethan," she whispered, "I need to tell you something. But you're going to hate me for it." His stomach tightened. "Just tell me." She handed him the file. He opened it, and every bone in his body went cold. Inside was a stamped agreement. A legal document. A record of a company acquisition. Ayla's company, and the business she had recently bought, was the mechanic shop Ethan worked for, the shop that was shutting down, the shop he had begged the owner to save because it was his only stable income. The shop Ayla had unknowingly destroyed with a signature. He felt his pulse sharpen like a blade. You, he whispered, you're the reason I'm losing my job. Ayla's eyes filled with tears instantly. I didn't know it was your shop. It was part of a larger deal. Ethan, please, believe me. If I had known, but Ethan stepped back. He didn't raise his voice. Didn't throw the file. The silence hurt more. You come into my home, you let my daughter love you, and all this time, you were taking the only thing I had. His voice broke at the end. Ayla covered her mouth, trying not to cry. I'm so sorry, she choked out. I never wanted to hurt you. Last night, the night you found me, I was having a breakdown because everyone depends on me, and I feel like I'm losing control of my life. You were the only person who made me feel safe. I didn't know. Ethan, please, but he couldn't hear her anymore. The betrayal was too heavy. Noor came into the room, confused. Papa. Why is Miss Ayla crying? Ayla knelt down, trying to compose herself. I have to go, sweetheart. Noor hugged her tight. Don't go. Please. Ayla broke completely. She held Noor like she was holding a lifeline, then gently let go. When she stood up, she looked at Ethan one last time. I'll fix this, she whispered. I don't know how, but I will. I just hope, when I do, you'll still let me knock on this door again. She walked out before he could respond. Days passed, weeks. Ayla didn't return, but strange things began happening. Ethan received a call from a new auto company that had just opened in the old mechanic shop building. They offered him a job, triple his old salary, flexible hours so he could take care of Noor, and a private room for him to continue doing custom builds. The dream he had abandoned years ago. He was confused until he saw the tiny embossed name on the appointment letter.